Hello again and welcome to another edition of the Kickoff match, and we've got 5 more magnificent games involving Northwest teams to bring you this evening. We're going to start with our main feature, that's at Anfield, with two heavyweight, with the clash of two heavyweights between Liverpool and Arsenal, a game that has tremendous traditions and you think that would be a cracker. Then next up we'll have Manchester United. We'll have Everton away at Villa Park. That'll be our second feature. Manchester United against Crystal Palace will be our third match. Burnley away at Wolves will be the fourth game, and finally we'll be at Bournemouth for Manchester City's visit as well. So 5 magnificent games to get our team stuck into. But we start at Anfield on Merseyside for a game that really promised so much with the quality of the two teams on display. World Cup winners, European Cup winners, anywhere you look, it was bound to be a fantastic game, and it didn't disappoint in front of a sellout crowd, and I was one of the lucky 55,000 to be able to witness it and bring you full highlights of now, as I was eagerly awaited the action to kick off in the commentary box. Well, Liverpool going well in the league, 6 points out of 6. They face an Arsenal side who battled back so bravely from a goal down to beat Burnley last week. But Anfield is a different proposition, and this Liverpool side, who've won the European Cup, lucky to win the league. Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson, Henderson the captain, Fabinho and Ronaldo, and Salah, Firmino and Mane, the men up front. And Mo Salah, we got a brace against Southampton last week, will keep his place in that front three. For Arsenal, Leno in goal, Bellerin, Mari, Socrates and Tierney, Ozil and Guendouzi, then Pepe, Torreira and Aubameyang and Lacazette getting a nod up front. So a real opportunity there. The referee today comes from County Durham. That's Michael Oliver, and away we go then. Tremendous atmosphere. Arsenal in the change shirts of yellow, Liverpool in all red. This is Ozil to Torreira. Aubameyang has it on the near side. Lacazette's there too, and here's Aubameyang into the penalty area. Oh, and he smashed it into the stand and behind for the first goal kick of the game for Liverpool. A real opportunity goes begging there for the Arsenal. Here come Liverpool now. It's Henderson. Oh, he's done tremendously well away from Guendouzi. And the shot, and a tremendous save by Leno. It was a magnificent run by the Liverpool captain, Jordan Henderson. He struck this tremendously well. And Bernd Leno made a tremendous save. Lacazette now for Arsenal. And Torreira back to Lacazette. And here he is now, Lacazette! Well, he won't get a better chance than that, Alexander Lacazette. Stabbed it goalwards, but stabbed it a little bit too high over the crossbar. Big chance wasted for Arsenal. And here's Alisson playing out from the back. Henderson. Again, he's winning the battle there with Guendouzi. But then Guendouzi gets back at him. Oh, giving away now. Big chance for Liverpool. Bad mistake from Arsenal. Henderson. Good save by Leno. Another misplaced pass. Another mistake in that Arsenal defence. Gave Henderson the chance to make up for an earlier miss. But again, Leno was on top form to deny Jordan Henderson the opportunity of scoring. Well into the stoppage time at the end of the first half, really. It's been tremendously well played, but no goals as yet, and there goes the half-time whistle. Been a tough first half. Henderson's wasted the 2 best opportunities. Ozil's Lacazette's come close, and Aubameyang's come close. But at half-time, the score sheet's still blank. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Welcome back to Anfield, and it's the teams reconvene for the second half with the score 0-0 at the moment, and a great opportunity now for one of these two teams to really grab the ball by the horns, as it were. Torreira. Alexander-Arnold now wins possession. Finds Bobby Firmino. But here's Guendouzi to Aubameyang. In towards Lacazette. This is wonderful football, this, from the Gunners, who have really played some nice stuff in the first half. And a chance there, Lacazette. Straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, Alisson. We've played an hour here and still we're waiting for that first goal. But here comes Gini Wijnaldum. He's gone right through and has scored a magnificent goal. Gini Wijnaldum. And Anfield is absolutely erupted here. The cop goes mad. And Wijnaldum has just hit an absolute screamer into the corner of the net. Picked his spot magnificently well. Good left foot. Leno will be annoyed that he didn't get anywhere near it or didn't get a hand on that, because it was definitely savable. But take nothing away from the shot from Ronaldo. It's just a fantastic one. And it puts Liverpool 1-0 in the lead with 64 minutes gone. Salah now to Firmino. And Mane almost got through there, but Arsenal had plenty of numbers back. And the ball smuggled back to Leno, but his clearance wasn't a good one. Guendouzi has lost possession. And Wijnaldum, the scorer, finds Mo Salah now. Liverpool breaking forward again. But Arsenal just getting enough bodies back. Remember, Arsenal trail. They need an equaliser. But here's Fabinho. He'll strike it. Oh, it was no more than a foot wide as he struck that shot there. And it was a tremendous shot from the Brazilian. Hit it through. Maybe Leno had it covered, but he could not be sure at all. Well, Guendouzi comes off and Danny Ceballos can come on now and see if he can breathe new life into this Arsenal attack. It's a Liverpool throw. Oh, it's gone straight to Pepe. And a chance here for Ozil. Oh, he's followed up his first initial header and he's followed it in. Alisson slow off the line. And Ozil, the German, has levelled the count for Arsenal. He goes over to Mikel Arteta and gives him a huge hug. And it shows the togetherness of this Arsenal side. Really bad throw from Liverpool. Then really rank defending by the European champions. Completely left Alisson, the goalkeeper, completely exposed. It was a race between him and Ozil to the ball. And the German beat the Brazilian. And Arsenal have got themselves a leveller, which, let's be facing, on the balance of play, I think they've just about deserved something. With 10 minutes to go, it's 1-1, and Ozil rewarded for great piece of opportunism. Now Wijnaldum. He's going forward. Oh, he just ran out of room. Last minute. Are we going to find a late twist in the tail? Mane! No! That's a tremendous save by Leno. Liverpool going for the late victory. Trying to win it in injury time. But Bernd Leno making a magnificent save. The danger not over yet for Arsenal. They're not out of the woods yet. Alexander-Arnold with the corner. Floated in there. Good defending again by Arsenal. We're in the last seconds of stoppage time. This will be the last swing for Liverpool. Mane has it. But Bellerin got back there and did well. And Arsenal have got a draw. And then Liverpool's 100% record. So a point apiece. And Jurgen Klopp will be annoyed, having got his City side going through for a magnificent goal from Gini Wijnaldum. Then he went to sleep from a throw-in, which they conceded silly possession, and Mesut Ozil followed in, got there ahead of the goalkeeper, made it 1-1. Liverpool could have won it at the end, but I think it would have been an injustice if Arsenal hadn't got something here. Full time, Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. So 1-1 it finished there at Anfield. Liverpool gifted Arsenal an equaliser there, and I'm sure Jurgen Klopp will not be too happy with the way they conceded an equaliser. But they're still unbeaten. But their 100% record has gone to a very good Arsenal side, who I have to say in patches this afternoon really played very, very well and deserved to take away a point. Right, our second game came from on Friday night at Villa Park. and it was the most played game in English football history, in top flight history, between Aston Villa, who are back in the Premier League after a 3-year absence, and we get our first look at them on a kick-off match this season, against Everton, who have been very impressive in the 2 games so far. Have scored some magnificent goals, and have got Dominic Calvert-Lewin in magnificent form. Could they keep that going at Villa Park? Well, let's get over to Villa Park and have a look at the teams. Well, for a Friday night out, you can't get much better than a great ground of English football, a traditional ground of English football. Villa Park, from the most traditional and the most played fixture in the history of the English Premier League, or the top flight. Aston Villa with Tom Heaton in goal, El Mohammadi, House, Fonza and Taylor across the back, Yotta the holding midfielder, Trezeguet, McGinn, Louise and Grealish, a great captain as well, Zamata up front, and they have a really good side there with Jack Grealish leading it. Everton, who have won their first 2, line up with Pickford, the England goalkeeper, in goal, Sadivi, Mina, Holgate and Dean, the same back 4 as Watford. Walcott, Sigurdsson, Gomez and Welby, and Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison up front. Calvert-Lewin, in fact, is in great form. Those 2 goals he got on the kick-off match last week against Everton, against Watford, was superb. The referee from Wigan is Paul Tierney, and away we go then with the Aston Villa side in claret and blue here at Villa Park. It's a nice sort of humid evening, although a little bit of a chill in the air. This is Jack Grealish making an early break down the far side here for Aston Villa. Now crossing it towards Zamata, who's just straight offside there. And the goal will not have stood anyway, even if it had gone in. I think it did go in, but it's not going to count. Offside there against Zamata. Villa starting well. This is Trezeguet. Good football. Remember, Villa with 1 victory to their name. Looking to get a second one. And then Everton's 100% record. Begins in that. Louise, good save by Pickford from point blank range. He must not have seen that until very, very late here, Jordan Pickford. Louise has hit this with some ferocity. And even though it was straight at him, Pickford must have seen that so late. It was a magnificent save. Jack Grealish to take the Aston Villa corner here, with 13 minutes gone at Villa Park. Now what can this youngster do here? 24 years old, Grealish. He's been at Villa all his career. Aston Villa supporter as well. Here's a chance now. Oh, and the shot deflects. There'll be another corner. El Mohammadi this time with the effort that deflected this time. And in fact, that might have been close to a handball there by the defender. Everton may have just got away with a decision or 2 there from Mr. Tierney. He didn't spot the handball. The only thing that might have saved the defender there was Holgate, was the fact that the arm may have been down. Anyway, Grealish with the corner then for Aston Villa. Still 0-0. Here's the corner. Quarter of an hour gone. And there's the header one, and it's wide this time. Grealish. Zamata. Good lively start, and Zamata's got through. It's him against Pickford. Zamata, good save by Jordan Pickford. Marvellous piece of goalkeeping there by the England man. And now suddenly Everton had an attack going there, but Jota's won it back for Villa. Don't Aston Villa in this opening period of the first half. We're halfway through it, and here's Sigurdsson now getting on the ball now for Everton. Here's Calvert-Lewin, and look at this now, a chance for Richarlison. Now then, real opportunity to break the deadlock, and Richarlison flushed his lines. He got clean through, struck the shot, and struck it wide of Tom Heaton and wide of the post. Big chance wasted for the visitors. Here's Sigurdsson now for Everton. Calvert-Lewin to his right, and here's Calvert-Lewin onside, and he scored. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has done it again. This man is on a hot streak at the moment. There's no 2 ways about it. We saw him on the kick-off match last week score a magnificent brace against Watford at Goodison Park, and he's finished really well from close range here. Smashes it in past Heaton. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's on a hot streak at the moment. Look at that. In the goal, in she goes. And Everton, possibly against the run of the play in this first half, have taken the lead with 8 minutes of the first half left, and that's his 3rd goal this season, puts Everton 1 up. 8 minutes gone into the second half, and this is Walcott now for Everton. Still 1-0 to Everton here at Villa Park, and here's Calvert-Lewin again. Pull ball back across, and it will be a corner now to Everton. And look at the fans. There's about 3,000 who have made the trip down to Birmingham, to North Birmingham from Merseyside. And here comes this corner to be taken by Sigurdsson for Everton. Can they make this advantage pay? And it goes there. There's a bit of pushing and shoving going on. Penalty, says Paul Tierney. Against El Mohammadi, I think. There was a bit of a crowd scene from the corner. And there might have been a push here from El Mohammadi. Oh, it looks a bit harsh. I think Calvert-Lewin goes down a little on the easy side. It's Gylfi Sigurdsson to take the penalty. And a chance to put Everton 2 up. But Heaton has saved it and has kept Aston Villa in the game. It's a great save. Wasn't an easy height for the goalkeeper, but having said that, that was a truly remarkable save from Heaton. Here's El Mohammadi, who conceded that penalty which was missed, and a chance here for Samatta, and the goalkeeper just about on the line there. Jordan Pickford held on to it. Welby moves his out, and here's Taylor now for Villa. Drinkwater, Samatta, good football again, and Grealish chips the ball back. The goalkeeper only half puts it away. Still a chance in there, but Samatta, oh, he can't keep the shot down. Another chance goes begging for Villa, and that's his last contribution. Off he goes, and Wesley now will take his place for the remaining 22 minutes that remain. 76 minutes gone, and this is a good ball, and Trezeguet's onside. What a chance now to level it out. Oh, and he's hit it straight at Pickford, who makes a magnificent save. Credit the England goalkeeper for coming well off his limit and just getting a little glove and flicking it over the crossbar. Villa will feel they should be level, and all they get for that endeavour is a corner. Jack Grealish to take the Aston Villa skipper. There's 12 minutes to go. Can Villa find an equaliser? The ball into the penalty area. Only half cleared, and then it's almost off the line. And somehow Everton have scrambled it away. Here's Walcott. Just gives a little bit of respite for Everton here at the moment. They were just under the cosh for a few moments. And here's Richarlison. He could settle all the nerves now. Richarlison hits the outside of the post and goes wide. Well, it's almost like an FA Cup tie, this, being played at one end to the other, and there's Richarlison hitting the outside of the post. Still Villa trying to come again, but it's Everton in possession. We're into the last 3 minutes of the game. Can Villa find an equaliser? Drinkwater. Oh, what a wonderful piece of skill. Here's Danny Drinkwater. There's the cross. It's a good one. Oh, and good defending again by the Evertonians. Here's Sigurdsson. The men in blue, if they are to win tonight, they'll move up towards the top of the league with a 100% record. They haven't won the league since 1987, Everton. Now would be a good time to start that challenge under Ancelotti. Wesley, still McGinn, and here's Drinkwater. Villa aren't finished yet. Oh, what a good tackle that was from Sidibe. And that could win Everton the game, and it has won Everton the game. Everton go to 9 points out of a possible 9 in their first 3 games. The winning goal after 35 minutes from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. They also missed a penalty through Sigurdsson. Samatta missed a great chance for Villa in the second half. They puffed and puffed Villa, but they just couldn't break the Everton resistance. And Everton win 3 on the bounce and keep their 100% record. The final score at Villa Park, Aston Villa 0, Everton 1. What a magnificent performance from Everton. Well, they look a little bit. Should have won by more than a 1, but they hit. Obviously, they had the penalty saved by Tom Heaton. But having said that, they've taken 3 points. They move on to 9 points now and move joint top of the table. Now we go to Old Trafford for our third match. That's between Manchester United, who have taken 4 points from their first 2 games, so they should have really won against Wolves, but hit a pose in the second half. But they're up against Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace, who on their given day can be a match for anybody, but I made a little stuttering start to the season. Let's go to Old Trafford and have a look at the team news. So let's confirm the auto lineups with De Gea in goal for Manchester United. Aaron Wan-Bissaka making his first appearance against his old club alongside Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw in the back four. Fred and Matic are the two holders, with Greenwood, Fernandes and Daniel James further forward. Anthony Martial getting the nod up top, so no place again in the 16 for Marcus Rashford. As for Crystal Palace, Roy Hodgson goes with Guaita in goal for him in a 4-5-1 with Ward, Kelly, Cahill and Van Arnold across the back. Townsend, Kayati, Milivojevic, MacArthur and Meyer in the midfield with Cenk Tosun, the former Evertonian, up front. There was 76,000 at Old Trafford yesterday. Let's see what happened. Greg Pawson, the referee from Sheffield. Fred. Good atmosphere here at Old Trafford. 76,000 as we were saying. This is Martial now. And free kick there. Foul there on Martial. Well, in fairness to who stayed on his feet. Now this is Bruno Fernandes territory here. Craig Pawson, the referee from Sheffield. Just making sure that ball is back there. The full 10 yards. 4 in it, including MacArthur, Townsend and Tosun. Let's see what Fernandes can cook up here. Oh, not far wide. It was a tremendous effort from Bruno Fernandes. Side of his right foot over the wall. Got the necessary dip, just didn't have the accuracy to get the shot on target, but just into the side netting. Wan-Bissaka against his old side, onto Fred. Good football now. Martial steals in and a good save by Guaita. Now, what's the referee giving here? A free kick, I think. There was an advantage play. There was a foul in the build-up. So Bruno Fernandes has got a second go at this. Guaita will be where the first one just went narrowly wide into the side netting earlier on in the first half. Once again the same wall was erected, and here's an opportunity now for Fernandes. A little bit towards the right this time and a little further in. He steps up again, right footed, and this time more central to the goal, and it's a more comfortable save for Guaita. And it still remains 0-0, but it's a poor kick out from the Palace goalkeeper. Finds Matic now, but then he's a little bit dozy there and gives the ball to Cenk Tosun. Plays a 1-2 with Meyer, and Meyer will continue on his merry way, but Wan-Bissaka does really well there for Crystal Palace. Been wanting to do well against his old side today, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He really well. This is Fred now for Manchester United. Now Wan-Bissaka. This is good football, this from the men from Old Trafford. Only going to Solskjaer's men. Martial, good turn. Oh, just wide. Wonderful bit of football there from Manchester United. Good build up. Nice pass and move. Martial, good shot on the turn. Beats Guaita, but just wide of that right hand post. Tosun now. Big chance for the former Everton player. It's Cenk Tosun. Good save that by David De Gea. Here's Meyer. And Milivojevic. Into the Stretford end it goes. But a massive chance there for Crystal Palace towards the end of the first half to really strike a blow against Manchester United, but Milivojevic just didn't have the accuracy. Fernandes now for Manchester United. Still 0-0, but he's lost possession, and Tosun wins it now for Palace. And he's now found Meyer. And here's Van Arnold. Good play, Van Arnold. Went for the shot come cross, and in the end neither really troubled the goalkeeper or the scorers. Now Fernandes for Manchester United. Nice ball to Mason Greenwood. Good football here, and Fernandes is there. Martial's there. 8 to go for Manchester United. Anthony Martial, who nearly scored in the first half with that shot on the turn that went wide of the post. No such problems this time. The Stretford end rejoice. And 76,000 Manchester United supporters are in absolute raptures, probably more out of belief than anything else, because they were finding up until that point Crystal Palace a really tough nut to crack. They've broken through. It's taken them 68 minutes, but they found a way through, and Martial finally gets off the mark for the season. Now then, Meyer now for Crystal Palace. There's his cross in there, and the header wide. by Tozen as well. It was a big chance inside the 6-yard area. And Tozen will think he should have hit at least the target from there, because that was a big chance that for Crystal Palace. Milivojevic now over on the far side. The Eagles looking to get back in there, and there's the chance. Oh, referees give a penalty. It looked a bit on the soft side to me. Maguire must have touched him very, very slightly, and it was enough for Craig Pawson to give the decision. There's controversy here at Old Trafford. A penalty has been rewarded, and hasn't gone down too well with the Manchester United fans, as Milivojevic will step forward now to try and equalise from the penalty spot, which he does. It's 1-1. Ayew was fouled in the build-up to that penalty. Milivojevic scores, and Old Trafford is stunned, bar 3,000 Eagles supporters who are troubled up the M1 and M6 to Manchester this afternoon. Well, maybe the trip is worthwhile in the end. What a piece, and Manchester United will feel aggrieved by that very harsh decision. In fact, I have to say, from Craig Pawson, the referee, did not look a penalty. It looked a soft one, but Palace are level, and Milivojevic gets his first of the season. And then can Manchester United win it? We're in towards stoppage time. This is Bruno Fernandes. They couldn't win it in stoppage time, could they? They can! Bruno Fernandes has just won it surely for Manchester United. They used to say Fergie time in these parts. It could well be Ole time. The wheels are back on Ole's bus, and they are motoring round and round and round. And Manchester United will pick up 3 crucial points here to add to their win against Chelsea and their draw against Wolves. Roy Hodgson knows that his side, as brave as they have been struck down by a moment of sheer quality by Bruno Fernandes, and Manchester United win it surely now, you'd think, in stoppage time, just like the old days under Ferguson. This here's Gary Cahill now for Palace, and there is no more time for anything else. Palace came so close to grabbing a point, which in fairness they probably didn't deserve, because they got a very cheap penalty. United had got in front after 69 minutes from Martial. Then the Palace were awarded a penalty which not looked anything but a penalty. I have to say, it looked a very harsh decision. Milivojevic made it 1-1, and then right at the end, Bruno Fernandes winning it in Ole time, and Solskjaer grabs a crucial win. It's finished Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1. Well, nothing new there at Old Trafford. A late show again for Manchester United. How many times down the years have we seen Manchester United win a football match in stoppage time? Probably lost count on one finger how many times they've won games in stoppage time, and that was no exception. It was a superb game. Crystal Palace gave it their all, but they were just a little bit unlucky, and Bruno Fernandes getting the winner to send Old Trafford yesterday into absolute ecstasy, I have to tell you. Right, before we move on to our 4th game, which is Burnley away at Wolves, let's take a look at our competition, our resident competition, which is Guess the Player, where you win 100. We'll give you the results of last week's competition and set you next week's competition with the prize 100 Johnny Bonds. Right, here's the results from last week's competition, and we have a couple of winners which we'll announce in a second or two. But first the clues before we reveal the answer. He was born in the Czech Republic. He was top scorer for Watford in his first season in the Championship. He has also been capped for the Czech Republic as well. His name, of course, Matej Vydra, or you could call him Matej Vydra. We'll accept Matej Vydra anyway. And the 2 people that commented, one commented in on the Premier, and we do count that as an entry. That was Matt Panini from Gillingham in Kent. He takes the programme even from Granada Land, from down there in Kent. And Sue Edges from Merseyside, from Liverpool. A big well done to you two. You both win 100 Trevor Bonds each. Well done to you two. Well done to you two, and many congratulations. And here's this week's competition, where you can win yourself 100 Johnny Bonds. Everyone's open to enter the competition as many times as you like. This is this week's player. mystery player, I want you to, again, like always, guess the name of the player and then comment in the comment section below. Anyway, let's give you some cryptic clues. He's a graduate of the Manchester City Academy. He was part of the 2017 England Under-17s World Cup triumph. He has come, as I say, he's come up through the Youth Academy and has played for the Manchester City first team on several occasions, albeit as substitute. And he wears number 47 for Manchester City. If you think you know who it might be, drop us a comment in the comment section below, or if you're watching it on the Premiere, drop it in the comment section. Like comments on the right hand side of the YouTube page, and if you get the correct name, the correct entry, doesn't matter if it's spelt wrong, if we know what it means and we know it's sort of in the ballpark area, we will accept the answer. And hopefully we'll get 5 correct answers this time round. We're looking for 5 if we can, but the first 5 correct answers, hopefully chosen at random, if we get 5 correct answers, more than 5 correct answers, will win 100 Johnny Bonds. So best of luck at that. Just to remind you of the clues: graduate of the Manchester City Academy, played in the England Under-17s World Cup winning team, and has made many substitute appearances for his club. I know it wears number 47 for Manchester City. Name of the player in the comment section below. And remember, the winner will get 100 Johnny Bonds. Best of luck. Yeah, good luck with the competition. 100 Johnny Bonds up for grabs. You can get the name of the mystery player. Right, let's move on to the penultimate game of episode 3 this evening, and it's at Molineux again, where we featured Wolves last time, where they drew 0-0 against Manchester United. You may remember last week. Well, today they were facing another team from the northwest, namely Burnley, my club, who had yet to pick up a win and were defeated in their first 2 matches against Southampton at home and by Arsenal by 3-1 last week. Before the action, a look at the teams. Here are the teams for yesterday's clash at Molineux. Wolves lined up with Patricio in goal, Doherty, Bowie, Cody, Dendoncker and Johnny, the same back 5 as it was last week. Neves and Martinho were the 2 holding midfielders, with Traore, Jimenez and Jota up front. So Doherty and Johnny will make forward runs supporting Neves and Martinho. So the same team as last week when they drew 0-0 against Manchester United. Burnley went out to win, 2 defeats to start off their campaign, looking to get what could well be an unlikely first win, with Pope in goal, Barnsley, Tarkowski, Mee and Taylor the same back 4. Same midfield, Henrik, Cork, Westwood and McNeil. Wood and Barnes up top. Was going to be a cracking game, 4-4-2 against Wolves' 5-3-2. We joined it in the first half. The referee is Kevin Friend of Leicestershire, and we join it 9 minutes into the first half. I'd header one there, but it's going to fall for Taylor to get it forward for towards Tarkowski. Westwood in support, and this is Westwood again. Right foot! And it was always over from the moment he shot. Actually, Westwood lining it up, but couldn't keep the shot down in the end. Martinho for Wolves. Johnny Otto. Jota. Beautiful sunlit afternoon here at Molineux. Here's Jimenez. Jimenez! So, and over the top. I don't think Pope got a hand on that. Jimenez with the shot. Mee did his best there to put him off, and I think he did enough there. Pope was beaten a mile, I think. But I tell you what, though, that was a little too close for comfort for Burnley. That is absolutely for certain. One clearance again by Pope. 1 again. But it comes to Jota here for Wolves. Let's say bright sunlight here at Molineux, and a perfect conditions are a little warm on the warmer side, that is for sure. As the ball is knocked in there towards Traore, who gets back there, and it was a good bit of defending naturally, but there's Doherty now picking the pace up for Wolves. Traore will get a second bite at the cherry. Doherty, and well palmed away by Nick Pope. It was super goalkeeping. Ashley Barnes now for Burnley. 38 minutes gone, and Chris Wood is onside. What a big chance now. It's Chris Wood. Oh, he's hit it over. Can you believe that? The whole goal to shoot out, and he smashes it about 10 rows back over the crossbar. Can you believe that? Well, Burnley get a throw here on the far side. We're into 2 added minutes at the end of what's been an intriguing first half for good competitive football, but just half a missed chances until now, maybe. Here's Ashley Barnes. Yes, he scored! Ashley Barnes has done it! Could this be the day for Burnley? They register their first Premier League win. The bottom side. 1 goal down, 1 goal ahead here. They could be off the bottom and possibly out the bottom 3 tonight if we don't score for them. What a fantastic finish. Slips it in past Patricio. And what a big moment that could be in Burnley's season. Sean Dyche was under a lot of pressure, having lost the first 2 games. But Ashley Barnes has come up with his first goal of the season and it puts Burnley in the lead. And here come Wolves now in this second half, looking to hit back straight away with Jimenez. Still Jimenez. So it's over the top anyway, thankfully from a Burnley viewpoint, because that could have been a little bit of trouble here. Remember, Burnley haven't won this season and they've got to try and ride their luck a little bit. Oh, that's a fantastic ball now then. Wood, he hasn't got the paces. When in turn finds Neto and he might do well to keep it in. He has done. He's done magnificently well. Now when the Clarets are stretched, the ball played into the penalty area. Good header away, that was. Burnley, good stout defending by the Clarets, getting back to what they know best. Oh, that's a bad pass, but they've got the ball back now, and it's Barnes, and Wood is through again. The flag is definitely stayed down, and Patricio saves Wolves yet again. Fantastic save. 3 minutes left to play. Burnley so close to this elusive win. Jimenez now for Wolves. Can they deny the Clarets right at the death? It's Neto now picking up the loose ball. It's a foul. In fact, it's not a foul. It's offside against Neto. Look at that. He's about 5 yards offside. That was bad play from Wolves, that. Understandably having to increase the tempo of it now. Wolves have drawn their first 2 games. Could well be losing their first one here today. This is Barnsley now to Wood. Oh, and Wood maybe should have had the shot there, but the ball is hooked out of play. There's about 30 seconds and Burnley fans can sense that first victory here. It's taken them 3 goals to get it. But they're going to be happy Clarets tonight. We've played the 3 minutes. Still Burnley have possession. It's over. Burnley have done it. What a finish for them. Wolves stay without a win, but they've got 2 draws to their credit. But Burnley are off the mark and in fact leapfrog Wolves into 15th place with a fantastic win. The winning goal coming just before the break from that man there, Ashley Barnes. And Burnley and Sean Dyche get their first 3 points of the season, and it all bodes well for that big match at Turf Moor next Saturday against Liverpool. The final score at Molineux, rather surprisingly but brilliant, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Burnley 1. A tremendous result for Burnley, up to 15th now, off the bottom of the table, out of the bottom 3. Always good to get their first 3 points. It's going to be they'll face Liverpool next week at Turf Moor, and it'll be one of 4 games you'll be able to see on the kick-off match next week. Right, moving on to our final match, which comes all the way down from the south coast in Bournemouth, Dean Court, or the Vitality Stadium now, for sponsorship reason, as Bournemouth take on Manchester City, who were smart enough to defeat against Spurs last week in the big heavyweight clash. Could they get back to winning ways and bounce back in the best possible way? Let's take a look at the teams again. Let's take a look at the teams for our last match of the programme, which is Bournemouth against Manchester City. Our first look at Bournemouth this season on the programme. Let's have a look at how they line up with Ramsdale in goal, Adam Smith, Steve Cook, Nathan Ake and Rico the back 4, Harry Wilson, Philip Billing, Jefferson Lerma, Sermon and Ryan Fraser, and then it's Callum Wilson up front for Eddie Houseman, who are going 4-5-1 this afternoon against the Manchester City side, who are looking to hit back, of course, after that humiliating defeat at home to Tottenham Hotspur last Sunday, which sort of put their league aspirations to the back of their minds. So they're looking to get back to winning ways with Ederson in goal, Kyle Walker, John Stones, Fernandinho and Zinchenko at the back, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri and David Silva getting the nod, and Riyad Mahrez, Sergio Aguero and Raheem Sterling are up front. So it's basically a 4-3-3 with a triangular midfield. Let's join the match in the early stages. Stuart Atwell is the referee. Bournemouth in the red here, looking to cause another upset like Spurs did against Manchester City last week. But that's a good ball played into Wolves. Raheem Sterling. He's 1-on-1 with Ramsdale, and he flashes it into the back of the net. And Manchester City make the best possible start to this game. 4 minutes gone. There's the shot. And Ramsdale beaten before he can set himself to dive, let alone blink. And there he goes into the back of the net. A tremendous start for Manchester City. And with his 6 minutes gone, in fact, Raheem Sterling makes it 1-0. Now Billing for Bournemouth. Now Smith. Onside is Callum Wilson. This for 1-1. No, over the top. Well, Callum Wilson normally tucks those away, but he didn't. So we're 3 minutes into the second half. This is De Bruyne now. Hopefully the second half as a special goal will be better than the first. Is a cross back and a goal for Sergio Aguero. There's the goal in. There's Aguero. Number 2. There's the cross back. And it's simple as you like. And anyhow, if they're going to get any points out of this, they're going to have to come from a goal down. There's the goal. Sergio Aguero's second goal this season. Now Smith. Oh, he did well there, Smith. And it gets a deflection. It will be... Is it a corner? Let's have a look at it again. I thought he got back there. Good chance going Wigan there for Eddie outside. And that's straight to Mahrez, and you don't want to be doing that. And here's De Bruyne. City could pick them off and seal this. De Bruyne, good save by Ramsdale. Had to dive to his right to stop it as Callum Wilson and Adam Smith are being withdrawn, and Josh King and Simon Francis both on. Now then, Bournemouth looking to come again. This is Billing. And here's Wilson now. Plenty waiting in the centre. And there's Wilson's cross. King's there. Oh, go back. Josh King has pulled one back for Bournemouth. Bournemouth 1, Man City 2. And that was a fine move by the Cherries. Wilson got to the byline. Good cross back from Harry Wilson. And Josh King with a fantastic header past a static goalkeeper Edison. And Bournemouth have just given themselves a little sniff of maybe pinching a point from this game here at the Vitality Stadium. Pep Guardiola is not impressed. There's no question about that. And with less than 20 minutes to go, they've really given themselves that platform to get back into this game. And Pep has responded as our 40 might is taking Silva off, David that is, and Gundogan on. Well, here come Manchester City now in the last couple of minutes. Mahrez against Ake. Oh, he did well then, Mahrez. And he set it up nicely, but Kyle Walker of all people to have a shot. And he wasn't far away of making it 3 and safe for Manchester City. Hits it true with his left foot. It's straight down Ramsdale's throat, but he makes a little bit of a mess of it as Harry Wilson comes off. I'll tell you the substitution is in a second as the corner comes in. Brooks is the man that's come on. David Brooks. Gundogan trying to volley it. Breaks to De Bruyne on the near side and the ball played in there. Now then Fraser, or Robert King, sorry. He's needing support at 3 added minutes. Lerma's there. This will be the last swing now for Bournemouth. But I haven't time for any last fling. It's all over. Well, Manchester City made hard work of it in the end. They raced into a 2-goal lead. Early goal from Sterling and an early one in the second half from Sergio Aguero. But then on in, Bournemouth had a real spell, made it 2-1 with 20 minutes to go through Josh King. And they just couldn't break the City defence down. It was a very tough examination of City, but it showed the fighting spirit that Pep's team's got after a bad defeat from Tottenham last week. They've responded superbly and have beaten Bournemouth here at the Vitality by 2-1. So a good win there for Manchester City to finish off our programme today, our action on the kick-off match this weekend, and what action it has been. Let's recap all the results from the Premier League, including the non-North West sides in action. Of course, those were just 5 of the games. The other part will bring you results of the other 5 as well. So earlier you saw Aston Villa defeated at Villa Park by a goal to 0 by Everton. At the top of the programme we saw a highly entertaining match against Liverpool between Liverpool and Arsenal, which ended 1-1. Brighton 2, Southampton 1 in the South Coast Derby. As you saw, Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1. Sheffield United 0, Leicester City 2. Brendan Rodgers going very well against Leicester. Against Sheffield United, I should say. Watford 1, West Ham 2. Good win there for David Moyes. Burnley getting their first 3 points, as you saw earlier, with a cracking win over a very impressive, on paper, Wolves side. Ashley Barnes getting the winner, as you know. Norwich 0, Chelsea 1. And Bournemouth 1, Manchester City 2. And Tottenham 1, Newcastle 0. Those are the results from the weekend's fixtures. And we've got new leaders. Everton are top, 9 points out of 9 with that win against Aston Villa. Just edging out Tottenham at the moment in second place. Leicester going well in third. Liverpool dropped to 4th. Brighton having a good start of the season, unbeaten. Manchester United and Manchester City in 6th and 7th, with Arsenal completing the top 8. Newcastle in 9th. Villa in 10th. Bournemouth 11th. And Burnley now up to 15. They were bottom at the start of the day. They've moved up 5 places and have improved their goal difference a little bit there, with Wolves in 16th, Watford 17th, Palace, Sheffield United and Norwich, 3 northwest sides, completing the relegation picture. And that is it for our programme this week. I hope you're going to join me next week, because our main features are going to be as follows. We're going to be bringing you the matches between Burnley and Liverpool. It's going to be 4 matches instead of 5, because we've got a North-West clash, which will be our main game at Turf Moor between Burnley and Liverpool. Backing that up, we've got a game at the Etihad between Manchester City and Brighton, and Southampton against Manchester United. And then we're at Goodison Park where we feature Wolves for the third week running against the North-West side in Everton. And that will be your 4 matches. So 4 matches instead of 5, but I'm sure great action nonetheless, because we've got 2 Northwest sides playing each other, and I'm sure we're going to be in for a real treat there. So our main feature, we hope it will be the game at Turf Moor, that old Northwest clash between Burnley and Liverpool, backing that up. Everton against Wolves, Manchester City at home as well, and Manchester United away as well. So plenty to look out for. Manchester City play Brighton, so we get our first look at the Seagulls, who are unbeaten of course, and we'll just have to see how they go at the Etihad next week. But that is it from the programme this week. Hope you very much enjoyed it. Good luck with the competition, of course, the guest to play competition. Don't forget, leave your answers in the comments below. Also don't forget to leave a like, stay subscribed to the YouTube channel, and don't forget, on Trevor Sports Cup Final Grandstand Saturday afternoon, Trevor Motson, I play in the game, and you'll be able to watch that live only on Trevor Sports. But here on the kick-off match after round 3 of the Premier League, it's not been a bad day all round for our Northwest teams. From me, JB, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bells, and don't forget to comment your answer to the competition. But until next week, have a good week, stay safe, take care, and keep doing what you're doing and stay safe. That's more important than anything else. Until then, until next week, it's bye-bye.